Like, this should definitely work. Okay. It's not the default device right now for some reason. Okay. Yeah, now we got it. That was weird. Okay. Hello, everyone. Mostly Hudson, but everybody. So I am really hoping that we get like a good chunk of time tonight is going to be very dependent on little Toadette's sleep habits for the evening. Get a little bit more volume in this. So I got a lot of things that we could try out. Okay. Boink. So let me get my list up of ideas of things to work on tonight. So here's something that I think would be really cool. First off, I'm actually going to start the game up. I need to try out some of the new levels also. So last time we got the Splatform. I think Pixel was responsible for that name, and the Mushroom Spring. I don't know if we actually got anything else knocked out yesterday. And the Splatform being a platform, you can't jump when you're on it, but if you try to jump, the platform goes down by one tile exactly. Which I think you could do some really cool puzzles with that. And then the Mushroom Spring is a little bouncy mushroom that you can drop, and you can pick it up and throw it somewhere and then bounce off of it, and it has a nice little springy animation. I like it. Again, it'll be good fodder for puzzle levels if that becomes a thing, because in addition to just in addition to bouncing yourself, I think you can also... No? Hang on. You have to throw it up, which is weird. Why? Hang on. Now, why does this happen? Calling your level hot garbage. So nice of them. This is weird that it doesn't always bounce like this. It's like if you're... Ugh. Don't like that. Mushroom platforms might be a little janky. Mushroom springs, I mean. Like, if you throw it upward, it works pretty well. Oh, that's super weird that you can do that. Yeah, you can, like, jump through the enemy. We'll see what happens with that. I'm not 100% happy with how that one turned out. So I want to do SMB1 style scales, like weighted seesaw, not seesaw, but like the actual scale, not like seesaw teeter-totter, but like actual just two platforms that are conjoined that will raise and lower. I gotta figure out how to do that. That's gonna be tricky now that I think about it. So let's see here. Let's just grab this. Actually, let's delete this. Let's have a nice... There we go. There we go. Nice little ground to work on here. What level was it that got called hot garbage? Was it deserved? Was it a deserved comment? Come on, Photoshop. That's not even the size I wanted. What? There we go. It was the precise jump level, so who knows? Okay. So what I'm thinking is we have like I don't know. some kind of colored platform here. You know, pretend that it looks okay. Yeah, let's do that on a new layer now that I think about it. And let's also include our player here. So there we go. Boom! Wow, incredible. Give it a little bit of this here. Like you get the idea I'm going for, right? Copy layer style, paste layer style. And then like something like this. Okay, this is not like final art, but something along the lines of this. Like you get what I mean, right? So one goes up, one goes down, but actually take into account the weight of the items on it, which is tricky. And not to mention, how in the world do you even do how do you even do this? How in the world do you even do this? Okay, so here's what I'm thinking to start with. Hello, Bowser. Hope you're doing well tonight. Okay, so... okay. Okay, so I'm thinking something like... okay, like the nodes, like the little fulcrums of the contraption, those are grid aligned, okay? And this section right here is actually treated as, like, for the purpose of plopping this down in the world, that is treated as like the same way that you would have a platform in the game. You place it down and then you can stretch from the edges. You can like grab the corners and stretch them really far or really small. Like that's the idea there. Whoops, not that. Merge layers. So that you can like, you get it? Okay, that's what we're thinking. But then these little platforms here, are those customizable? Because if so, that becomes a whole nother issue. Hello, Casual. I haven't played your level yet. I will do that tonight. I'm making some plans on how we can do this kind of platform, like a scale, a weight scale. So the idea so far is that this section right here will be counted as a platform object that can be placed into the world. Maybe it's similar to how motors work, like when you motors or a winch. There's a few other things that you place it down and it attaches to the first thing directly below it. So maybe this is kind of like that, except it attaches on either end to the first thing on either side. But if we do that, then it's like, okay, does that mean that I can just like attach it to a pig? Is that a thing I can do? Does that even make sense? Yes, I do know that art that you post in the server. It didn't have a lot of context, so I don't know much about it. But I did see it. what would be the purpose of putting a pig on here? Is there any point of putting a pig on here? All right. So let's... For the moment, let's say that you can only put on platforms. You can only attach platforms to it. Now, that does mean that's a lot of work. Like, to place this object down, that means you have to place the scale assembly, the little top part, and then also make sure to place 2 platforms as well. Making a card game. A text-based card game in Discord. Interesting. That's pretty neat. Pretty cool idea. Okay. How about this? Dang it. I don't know. Okay, maybe if there is no item directly below it, it automatically creates a platform, but you can optionally create a platform or something. That's a big undertaking right there. Yeah, that's one of my biggest struggles in any kind of project, is just like the sheer amount of content. I have a ton of fun like building out like the engine of something, but then it's like, okay, now I've got this thing that, like, I've got this game that can support like a bunch of different types of platforms and enemies and all this stuff, and it's like, now I have to actually make a bunch of different platforms and enemies and draw them all out, and that's gonna be a pain. Draw one more animal. I have to draw one more pig. But, like, in case it's not immediately obvious from the general, like, crappy design I'm placing out here, this is going to be a platform where it's going to kind of check how much weight is on either side and then accelerate accordingly. I think you can do some really cool puzzles with that, of like, you know, raising up some object or not putting too much weight on something. All sorts of cool things I think you could do with that. But yeah, first we have to figure out, how in the world do you place it down? How is it represented? The motor pattern that we're in, where you have to place like a connector and then the actual object, that is okay, I think. I'm not a huge fan. Like, I could just say, like, no, it's strictly you place down the top piece and then you get a pair of 3 wide platforms or something, and that's it. That's your only option. You don't get anything else. Because, like, I feel like it's much more niche if it was like, hey, I want to have this layout. It's like, do you though? Do you though? That opens up all kinds of weird doors. Like, what if you're standing in the middle where they overlap, and it's like, all right, well, now we have big problems. So what if let's try and cull our idea space down a bit. Let's limit it first, and then like maybe later, if there is demand for weird stuff, we can add weird stuff as a separate items. You do, of course you do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, how's this for an idea? Okay, this actually could work. This could work. Imagine that the platform length is basically just half of the header length. So because of this assembly is 8 tiles wide, that means each platform will be 4 tiles wide. Like, it's not immediately obvious, but it works. And then I think I'm gonna confirm this, hopefully. Like, does that work for like a variety of different setups here? Like, let's say, for instance, I was over here with one that was significantly smaller. You know, like let's say a 5. What happens with a 5 tile setup here? Like, what happens when these become 2.5 each? Yeah, that is admittedly a little scuffed. That's not 2.5. Oh yeah, that's gonna be weird. You're gonna get like quarter length ones, which is fine. So 1, 2.5. Yeah, actually, I think that would be fine, really. Yeah. And then you can go as low as 2, I guess, and they each just become these tiny little neighboring... Yeah, more glitches for you to find, exactly. Yeah, the fact that, like, the middle tile will always be used, the total length of the platforms combined will be equal to the total length of the platform top assembly, which means that anything off outside of the underhanging will be equal to the gap in the middle. So this has 1.5 on this side, 1.5 on this side, and therefore a gap of 3 in the middle. Yeah. My concern is basically like what happens if you like overlap. Which with a big enough pig is still possible. Bugs will always emerge with sufficiently large pigs. That is Dobbs's law. Okay, I think we can make this happen. In fact... No... Oh, dang. Okay, so my hope was, can we get away with, like, this being a single sprite? Like, this all being just one big single sprite object? Not really. Because, unfortunately, these have to have 2 separate hitboxes, and in the current engine, and I don't want to mess with this right now. Like, maybe in the future this could be something we change around, but in the engine as it exists today, every sprite is 1 square hitbox. If you want to have multiple square hitboxes, the only way to do it is to make it a combination of multiple sprites, such as with the snow worm, that is actually multiple sprites. So I think what we'll do is, in the editor, you will be given this item here to stretch out or in as much as you want. What's the height of it? Ugh. Germ Dove. Dang it, bot is having issues again. Germ Dove, hope you're doing well tonight. Welcome. And welcome, Raiders. Let's see here. Let's start with a for realsies, a big shout out for Germ Dove. There we go. Join us in following Germ Dove. Germ Dove, I grabbed one quick little clip. Let's see here. Do I have that readily available? No. I just liked this right here. That Yoshi just started T-posing at you. And I just had to grab that because just that pose. He's just asserting his dominance. Anyway, that's it. I mean, you got crushed a lot tonight. This is why we kill Yoshis. It all makes sense. So I guess before we go any further, I've got some new levels to play, don't I? So why don't we dive into that for just a spell? before we get on with the programming. So far, I don't want to jinx it, but Little Toadette's been very quiet. So fingers crossed. All right. So we have one unplayed level here, an actual troll level. Oh, good. All right. I like that. Oh, and I still ran into it. I like that the camera is very close, making sure that I cannot. Ooh. All right. I gotta think this through here. What could happen? What am I looking at? That's water on the. It's not quite. It's not just water. It's like water in a column. Like I have nothing else I can do here except to lower this. Cool. He gets splatted up into the solids. Love it. As soon as I step off. So what is the play to not let that happen? Ah. Oh, but now I can't get down. Do I just hold right? The use of what is going on with this pumpkin? Like I don't know what could possibly happen with that pumpkin unless it's like overlapping something I can't see. All right, no Kaizo blocks allowed. Oh geez, what am I looking at here? Oh, I shouldn't. You're smiling so hard. Aw, that's so sweet. It's a distraction pumpkin. Ah. I mean, I am quite distracted by the pumpkin. I admit it. There we go. Okay, so right here. Cannot see down there. I can't go through here. Do I even dare? Oh, wait. If I throw it, it's going off screen, isn't it? So I want to, like, drop it? Maybe? That probably wasn't it. So, for the Germ Dove Raiders, I'm Dobbs, by the way. This is my game that I'm working on building tonight. It is a maker game. Kind of like Mario Maker, but better? Citation needed. Oh, why did I do that? I don't even know if the grab jump is the intended strat for that one. If I just do this. Oh, it does hold on. And it doesn't go anywhere? Oh, I see. This is smaller than I would have expected. Yeah, no vertical screen lock yet. And I've got a reasoning for that. So, wait a second. So how then? So I go in there and I push the button, but almost certainly. What if I just throw it? Does it go off screen? What was that? What was that? So I feel like the screen is very intentionally just not big enough. I feel like something's being hidden right there. Oh, he jumped into me. The thing is, like, Unlike Mario Maker, the goal does not have to be at the far right of the screen. It could be anywhere. It could be behind this pumpkin. Yeah, the aesthetics are good. A going left? Surprisingly, no. There's been a going up level. What did that even land on? We are pretty well entrenched in our going right culture. It was a good level. Is that her? Oh, it was a screen transition. Duh. Okay, well, there's a lot that could be happening right here. And she's making a little noise. Oh, it's gonna open that. Maybe. Okay. We're actually making progress. What am I looking at here? Button, heart, releases maybe one pig, tough to say. Fish is going on a magical journey. Battery. So if I place this here, then it'll stay. Oh, geez. Trust. Okay. Okay. Oh, I don't like this. Alright, what would happen? Like, if it goes up, that's not a problem, right? Where did he go? Did I break him? Did he go down here? Oh. Bye. Ah! Like, I don't even know what I'm looking at there. Good. That's what I was trying to do. All right, so there's the screen transition. That's a weird placement. He is gone. Goodbye. I'm gonna just try holding jump. Ooh, yeah, you barely snag it. There we go. An actual troll level has been made in Dabble Worlds for some reason. Now we can actually take a look at it. Because look, you can just open it in the editor now. That's a thing you can do. There you go. Won't be the last. Excellent. Good. All right. Weird, huh? It must be some kind of bug in the game, you know? I guess she quieted down. Okay. I did enjoy it. Thank you, Casual. Wario. Whatever you want to go by these days. Okay. The scale. I'm not sure if we're going to build the scale tonight. There's a key component missing from the engine. I'm weighing my options. There's a key component missing from the engine, and that's the editor placement of it. Right now, the editor has the ability to create these little draggable hot points, like these little invisible anchors. Right now, it's just for platforms. You put a platform down, and if you want, you can grab the edge of it to stretch the platform wider or smaller. There is no such setup for vertical stretching. Like the first time you came onto a Dabble Works screen. Wow. Just imagine that was a day, one time, that happened. There was a day back before you even knew who I was. Can you imagine that? Incredible. A wee lad. Yay! That's not something to be proud of. So I'm thinking what we need is we need some ability to... So we've got our invisible anchor here. That's not really visible. Wait, it could be visible if I... whatever. Here and here. There we go. That allow you to horizontally change the size of this object. I think what we need to have is like a built-in vertical one, but not for the entire object, just for the individual sides of the platform. So what you wind up with is a vertical anchor here and here that controls the initial state of those platforms, and horizontal anchors here and here that allow you to control the actual size of the assembly. That is a lot to do. The top two is kind of already built into the engine, and I can kind of wedge this into that setup. The bottom two is totally unknown territory. I get that, and it is weirdly tricky. It is weirdly tricky to make it happen. Like it wouldn't be like more than maybe like an hour or two of work, but that's a full hour or two of a day where I do not get to work on this for 8 hours a day, unfortunately. I am lucky to get a 2-hour block twice a week. So it's one of those things that I keep pushing off as like, oh, it'd be really nice to have. But you know what else would be nice to have? Any additional number of enemies. Speaking of, let's make a new enemy. How about that? How about that's what we accomplished tonight? I want to make a big version of UFO. So we have this lovely little guy right here. Everybody's favorite little friend who bounces around left to right, blink, blink, blinks. We'll call him Roger. Wait a second. Anyway, so that's all this guy is. Very straightforward. You can bounce on him, and that's fun. Umbrella. You can actually hold an umbrella to block the shots, and also you can bounce on him to make him into a bouncy platform, and then if you don't bounce him on for a while, he flips back over and resumes running around. Cool, cool, cool. I think a cool idea would be, what if we had a bigger version of this guy? I'm thinking maybe like at least 2 tiles wide, possibly more. And here's his thing. He moves slowly, again, bouncing back and forth in a set area. But here's the real zinger. He does not fire lasers. He instead has a constantly powered tracking beam that, like a tractor beam, that just any sprite that's in it gets applied an upward velocity. Now, I don't know if that's like an actual negative gravity value and it just affects their gravity, or if it's something that counteracts gravity, kind of like fans do. And I assume that once you get like all the way at the top, it like causes damage or something. But I think that could be cool. Or maybe it doesn't even have to cause damage. Maybe it just slurps you up and holds you up there, and that's the end of it. And then it's like that creates other environmental hazards. I think there's some options there. But really, I like the utility of that as being sort of a placeable, like if you place him on, something that causes him to hold still, like this, and you've got this tractor beam, you have now created like a stationary tractor beam in your level. Kind of like a fan, but in reverse. And maybe it kills you at the top. I don't know. Maybe not. Fan, that does catch Germ Dove's attention pretty easily. Ah, yes. Good point. So let's see here. I guess the trick is we gotta figure out what is the right size and what is the right use case of that. Yes, you can. It's a little bit niche of a use case, but... So let's say you got a big UFO. What are we doing with this guy? Like, let's say he's the size of 3 UFOs. And he just looks like 3 UFOs taped together. Presumably he will be more interesting looking than that. I mean, maybe basically the same shape. Why is that one not? I do not understand how this happens. There's some kind of weird issue there. All right, so we've got the mothership, basically. The UFO mothership. Like, if it is useful to have, like, an area that is just tractor beams, then you could kind of offset them, like, kind of like this. So that you can have one beam here, one beam here, one beam here. That would work fine. And I think rather than give objects raw velocity, you just have a caveat in the gravity function that says, hey, if I am in a tractor beam, my gravity is actually reverse of whatever it normally is. Because that does work. Like, I can just flip a gravity value for a sprite and have it fall up. And then you could actually do things like, if you're holding an umbrella, you actually fall up slowly, that kind of thing. Or a baseball in water would sink if it was under the effects of a UFO. Things that float would sink. So there's possible puzzles built in that. So yeah, maybe we try for like 3 wide and spikes on the top. And then a provider would just be... yeah! Because you see... Alright. Yeah, let's start with grabbing the UFO file here. There he is. Oh, what a guy. So we'll try and stick with the same color scheme. Yeah, I think we'll just have like 3 wide. So let's go for like about, yeah, let's see. What is the size of this right here? 48. Does that sound about right? 24. So that's more than, okay, so hold on. That means that standard one is 16 long. So that means it's a single tile with 3 extra on the ends. No, 2 extra, right? Wait, what? 48. That's 16. That's a 16 tile block. 12, yeah, so 2 extra on the end. So let's instead do 36 with 2 extra on the end, or 40 tiles for our main sprite size here. So this is going to be the size of the big UFO. We're gonna stick with maybe we do stick with kind of the same general shape of this guy. And that is easy enough to do. Zoop. And zoop. Boom, easy. Make him faceless, emotionless. The base will be still damaging, I guess, and maybe the top can actually be ridden on. I think, actually, that's kind of cool. I think. See that changes things a bit. I want these to be evenly spaced if possible. So we're gonna give these a little shift to the side. See what we can get away with here. All right. We're gonna have to math it up a bit, maybe. Man. Skyward Sword. Is that what this is from? Sounds Skyward Swordy. Ah, it doesn't work. Okay, let's delete all of these. All right, make sure we're in the middle. Right here. Okay, so like, how much room do we have here? 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Ooh, so that's an odd, yeah, that would be like here. Would be our equidistant point. So if I added, we literally cannot, I think, unless I shift these in 1. There we go, right? Because now we've got, no, dang it. Wait, hang on, like that, right? Yeah, now we got 4, gap of 4, gap of 4. Hello? Music just stopped there for a second. It's fine. Normal.
Rabble rabble, he's ready to dabble, but can Dobbs see why kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Is it because it's got dev exits in every spoon? Full? Dag nabbit. Five? All right, so this is the middle, right here. Middle. How do we make this number work? All right, let's just start in the middle. How about that? Let's just start in the middle and work our way out. Oh, I mean, you're not wrong. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. It's not beautiful. Wait, hang on. What? How did this happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that not the middle? Did I miscount? Okay, there we go. I guess that was not the middle. This is the middle. I'm struggling so much to just count. Okay, and then we can erase. What can we erase? No, can't. It's gotta be an even number because we're centering. Since we're centering, it has to be an even number. If I made the gaps 2, then that would scoot everything. Then I would line up with the end. Doot, doot, doot. There we go. Okay, I think we got it. Jeez. That one's 7 wide? Can't zoom in anymore because this is Photoshop. This isn't like a sprite editor program. It wasn't built for this. Oh wait, no, that's 6. 1, 2, 3. That one's 7. Is this the what size is this? This is 40 pixels wide. So we're dealing with a 38 pixel wide area. I can't count. He's right. It was too wide. Okay, I've got 38 pixels to work with. Let's say the gaps are going to be too wide. That means the whole set needs to be divisible by 40. Let's just do 4. 3, 4, skip 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 2. Skip 2. How is this happening? Skip 2. 2, 1, 2. Six, because that would be 6. So that would be 6. All right, 40. We can do 8 divisible by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Skip 2. No, 6. 6 and skip 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, that's it. We finally got there. It's like watching Curbs get solved puzzles. It's like watching GameCube try to read the tutorial. Okay. Aww. Okay, we got there. We got there in the end. You know what? This one's gonna be bigger, so we can give it like a cool light show on it. Maybe a rotating thing. Avoid the waypoint on his screen for a solid 2 hours. It's like watching him continue to try and jump off of that platform, which you are definitely not supposed to be trying to jump off of. Okay, so this thing is basically its own little platform at this point. Okay, here's why I think this is good. Because this gives us a easy to add moving platform in the game. it has a side effect of creating an anti-gravity field below it, but I think that's fine. In fact, I think that's actually kind of cool. Let's go back to look at this. Yeah, so these little things on the bottom do not rotate. So we'll kind of try and keep that pattern, I think. In fact, let's just let this be it for now. That's the whole thing. All right, so we're gonna save that as big UFO, not bug, big UFO.png. And now we are going to actually add that to our art supply here. It is 1 column, 1 row. And now we're gonna go over to our enemies, to our UFO code. So this is our existing UFO. It's even got a special laser. We're gonna make a brand new one. Big UFO. Tentatively, the enemy name will be Big UFO. Enemy code. Where's our enemy code? All right. Sprite list needs to get that added in. Like, it could be something cool like Mothership or something, but we're just not going to bother for now. That'll be for later. Yeah, the image file is called UFO, but the actual sprite name is UFO. It makes sense, don't worry. This thing will not be bounceable. We're gonna actually co-opt a little bit of clam logic here by saying that you can stand on it. It is a platform. It cannot be bounced on, and it does respect solid tiles. Okay, just like that. It doesn't need states. Thank goodness. It doesn't even need special frame data because it is just 0, 0. Offset is a little bit of an issue here. We're gonna go with this being hitbox is disrespect solid tiles. Yes. Let's see here. The image is 40 by 8. So we are gonna say, yeah, we're gonna keep it at height 6. Y offset of 2. 2? No, 0. It's gonna line up with the top. X offset will be 1. We're gonna get like a little bit of leeway on the side. So instead of a width of 40, it's actually 38 pixels wide, which isn't great now that I think about it. Let's make it 36. So it can fit evenly in a nice little box. But then does that mean that we need to bring the artwork in a little bit? Like right now, basically, this is where the hitbox is on this enemy. Actually, that looks fine. That looks perfectly fine. 38.6. No, 36.6 is what I said. 38.6 would be much better. Maybe I pull this artwork in a little bit after all. Bring it in here. Bring it in here. fine. It's fine. Put that back in right here. Okay, so now 36 actually works, and now we're only offset by 1. And this thing does not actually work yet because it doesn't have any working code. Because we just copied it. So what we're going to do is we are going to wait for it to actually be on screen before we do anything. If it's not on screen, fall out of the code immediately. And then we're going to patrol. We're going to do a sky patrol. Speed. There we go. What's our speeds so far for things that are doing sky patrols? What's Porco speed? The quick one is at 1. Slow one's at 0.3. I don't think we want to go as fast as the quick one. So let's try some things here. How fast is the slow one? We want it faster than that. So let's go for 0.5. There we go. Is that all it needs to do is just 0.5? Oh, we need to inherit a bit of Sparky logic. Sparky is not killed by projectiles. So we're gonna grab that little bit of code. Killed by projectiles equals false. Is that it? Make sure it builds. I think we're good. Okay, let's try him out. Like, there's a chance that he's just gonna start working right away.
Elon Musk, trying to bounce back after buying Twitter, has just bought a controlling interest of stock in shirts with no holes.
Ooh. Okay, well, that was a little bit weird. I don't know what happened there. What is happening there? Wait, what is this guy's hitbox? Okay, that looks normal. What is happening here? What is happening here? How is he going into the wall that far? What? He's getting ejected, but I don't know why. Like, normally I at least have some idea of, okay, that makes sense. Okay, is there something in the Sky Patrol logic that I need to know about? Or maybe the regular UFO logic can shed some light on this? What is going on here? Yeah, all this guy does is set his velocity. Oh, that's a good point. I need to give him some vertical inertia. He's disrespecting his surroundings, exactly. All right, Sky Patrol is just accelerate horizontally. At an acceleration of 0.3 towards a certain speed based on your direction. Accelerate horizontally only modifies your X velocity. It doesn't actually push you into the wall. So for some reason, his direction is weird. Like, let's just pause him right here. His direction is -1. It's still -1. It's still -1. It's still -1. Why? How is this happening? Sky Patrol, what have you done? Okay, is touching left wall. That should be true. It's listed as false. Is he not respecting... He respects solid tiles. He's supposed to respect solid tiles. Do I need to tell him more about how to do that? Like, as an enemy object, he's an enemy, right? He is an enemy. As an enemy object, his enemy update should react to platforms and solids. And then, after that, move by velocity. So there's something in this that's not working. Have a good night, Bowser. We will enjoy the dabbling. That's what I'm thinking, is that, like, this guy's so big. So this should just be react to solids code. All right. So we don't care about vertical movement. We're just caring about horizontal movement. All right, our total dx is less than 0, so we are reacting to horizontal solids to the left. It should be based on hitboxes, but honestly, it makes some assumptions that sprites aren't going to be beyond a certain size, and that's probably what's going on somehow. All right, reacting to horizontal solid to the left, so direction is -1. First, we find the distance of the closest wall. So actually, let's let this guy bounce again. Jeez, what is this guy up to here? So right here. Dearest sprite, tell me. Let's do this. Let's let sprite equal that. Sprite.get distance of wall to the left. I don't think so. All right, so right now it's saying no. There are no nearby walls to my left. How do you figure that exactly? Oh wait, that's why offset. Okay, which should be 0, right? Let me make sure, because I guess you don't know in this case. 0, and it's moving to the left at -0.5. That's good. A ghost wall, that could be it. Actually, ghost block could be interesting if I could think of something good to do with it. Like, that's a cool name for a tile. I just don't know what it would do. Oh, wait, actually I do. Guys, I have a lot of things that I want to add to the game that were in the original 1.0 plan that I don't have a single bit of code for, but I'm accumulating ideas for. And I want to point out something that nobody's really asked about, probably for the best. In the level elements, the oh geez, that who knows. The gadgets tile, there's an icon for gadgets. That's just like a combination, just a bunch of gadgets thrown together in one little piece of artwork. And you may notice, you can recognize some of the items in there. There's one that didn't make the cut that is still in the game code. And that is the light bulb. And you might ask yourself, what could a light bulb do in this game? And well, dear viewers, I will tell you that dark levels were in the original plan. It would illuminate dark levels. Would it be cool to have blocks that were only solid when they were in the light, in the dark? I don't know. Both. Kill it with fire. Fire is the main system that never got finished, which is why there's no dark levels. Well, I guess the fact that I never actually added code to make dark levels. Oh, but there were so many cool things you could do with it. Basically, imagine a candle that you can carry around to light the way, but you can't let it get under a running tap because then it gets extinguished. And so there's timing puzzles around like water that's like coming out of timed taps, and you're trying to dodge that so that you can keep your lantern lit. It's one of those things that's like, I could come up with some cool stuff to do that would make some really interesting levels, but I would never want to let actual makers loose on it because it would be garbage. We'll save that for Super Dabble Adventure. See, we're kind of turning the franchise on its head by starting with the maker version of the game while we build up the IP. Perfect idea. Yeah, it stops properly on the left. It feels like it's going in exactly half a tile. All right. Get distance of wall says no, there's no wall. Why does it say there's no wall to the left? So let's see. Because it starts with the middle of the block. Oh. There it is. Donkey Kong Country 3 had it. I think it was purple, but the concept was there. Okay, so that's why. Because it starts with the middle of the block, and it only goes out a certain distance from the middle to check for solidity. Yeah, starts in the middle and only extends out like one tile. Okay, so what I need to do here is, we're going to say distance. Num columns to check equals 2. And if this dot width is greater than 24, which in this case is 36, we're going to extend that out to 3. So we'll do num columns to check equals math.ceil of this dot width over 12. So that way, if something is 2.5 tiles wide, we're gonna check 3 tiles out. I think this will work. Save that to the clipboard. Notably, that's an asymmetrical bug. It only occurs on the left side. There we go. We got him. Can we ride him? We can ride him. I think that's cool in of itself, that you can actually ride it. And hurts from the bottom. That's good. Next up. A treachery knows no bounds. Next up, the tractor beam. Is it? Let me check that. Oh, you know what? Take a look at that. What a beautiful hitbox that is. That'll do it, huh? X offset is 1. Needs to be 2. There we go. Move that hitbox 1 tile over, or 1 pixel over. Yeah, that's just a misplaced hitbox. Okay, so now we need a tractor beam, which is gonna look cool and neat and fun. Or else. We're gonna do it. We're gonna say these tractor beams are 2 tiles wide. So we're gonna say 24 And we're going to give him 6 frames of animation. Let's go 12 frames of animation. Send that pixel to bed. 6 frames, 12 frames of animation. We'll see how many frames of animation. How big are these tractor beams going to be? How big are these tractor beams going to be? All right, so here's something. Actually, I'm really not sure on this. I can't easily make them blocked by solid walls. It's going to be very similar to how fans work today. Germ Dove's ears immediately perk up. In that, like, all right, these things are going to pass through walls. It's not going to, like, get partially blocked by a solid. You know? Actually, you know what? I wonder, could it just be basically another fan? Or do we want it to be actually like a different gravity effect or something? How far does it extend? That's another question. Like, how many tiles down does this thing go? Fans don't go that far, so they don't really need to. This will have performance impact, is the thing. Actually, let's just copy the fan. Let's just open up the fan gust. Let's start with that. What am I looking at here? How does fan gust work? Okay, hold on. Show me the fan gust code here. The drawing of the fan. Gadgets. Fan. Gusts. Oh, here we go. Gust. Bathtub floor. Frame number 12. Okay, so it is on a 12-frame cycle, but it's always on column 0. Why is there a whole separate column? Is the fan gust... It's 2 rows, but it only ever uses the top one. That is interesting. Okay. Well, let's copy just the top row then. I think that's got it. Yeah, there we go. So we're going for 2 wide. Is the idea that the tractor beam to suck you up to touch this? Yes. But also it serves as like a platforming tool where you can use that upward momentum to your advantage. Or to solve puzzles by getting like a pig to go up into it to push a button. I don't know. That's for you guys to figure out, not me. All right. So what we're gonna do... Yeah, I know. We're gonna break this apart into a lot of little pieces. A lot of annoying little pieces. Ugh. Don't worry. Oh, and then the low notes start coming in the song. Oh, it's so good. Right here. there. Jeez, how much more of this is? Oh my gosh, I shouldn't be doing it this way at all. Ugh, hate it. All right, that's fine. That's fine. So what I'm doing is I'm breaking up this this beautiful art into tiny little pieces so that I can arrange it vertically, and that's about it. That is the strategy right now. Just break this up into 12 individual pieces. Lower left corner lines up. There we go. And then we're gonna duplicate them on the left. Just intentionally. It just closes. It just shuts down your entire computer. You will not be able to flip over the big UFOs. Big UFOs are immune. They're too stable. Alright, that does not line up. That does line up, I think. Ah, jeez. Okay. So we got all that. I'm not even gonna try. Okay. Save that. Oh, wait, hang on. Get rid of the background first. We're gonna test the animation here. Tractorbeam.png. It's just a new gust. It has 1 column, 12 rows, and we're going to basically do this the same as the big, the way the fans work. What did I call it? Tractor beam. Like this. Easy, easy, easy. Y offset, perfect. And it's going to return a list of frames. Like this. Right, this might actually work right off the bat. Lots of updates. All right, so let's see how this works. I mean, yes, but okay, that actually looks right. Ignoring the fact that it's coming out of the top. Oh my, loaded levels. That is at least looking right-ish. We'll probably make it go farther than that. All right, next up, what we need. Now that that is working correctly, what I'm gonna do is just to make it a little bit less uniform. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna take these 6 and bring them down to the bottom. And these 6 to bring them up to the top. Okay, so it should have 2 like that. Okay. And those will just make it a little bit less uniform, hopefully. And then I think what we need is cool colors. Right? Right. Purple, blue, green, cyan, teal. Kind of a cool mixture. Give it like a really cool effect, a rainbowy effect going on. But we have to remember that this is tiled, which means that, well, it doesn't have to stay this way. like it could cycle between colors. I was gonna say, like right now, the way it works is like every 12 pixels, it's showing the exact same block each time, but it doesn't have to really. Like the offset, I wonder if we increase the offset by 1 for each gust, what does that look like? Because then we could get a cool gradient that's like... so the silhouette code. GQ, have you seen the silhouette effect yet? Because the game does have a silhouette effect. It's just not available. Well... Huh. That... I mean... Alright, you guys can see that, right? I don't know how super visible that is. Like, there's an obvious, like, ripple going on here. And I'm not sure if it looks intentional or not. And it's the seams where, like, right here, at this height, you can see, like, occasionally, like, one of the pixels will kind of jump across and stretch. And that's because I'm kind of, like, skipping every other one. It's like, it's not intentional, but it kind of works. I don't know. The thing is, it always happens at the same spot, so it doesn't actually give, like, the movement effect. But see, what I can do with that is if I do offset it, then I can do a gradient effect. Yeah, that's the thing, is right now, it's because it's like the frame of animation, instead of all happening on the same frame so that they're all lined up perfectly, instead it's like stuttered. Because I've intentionally added a 1 frame delay on each one so that I could do like a color gradient that kind of... Maybe if I got rid of the dots completely and just did the color gradient, that could be good. Maybe we start there. What is our color gradient gonna be? Like a good deep purple and a good deep blue. What does this gradient look like? Like, what if it's cycled between these colors? Let's try this. Okay, so I'm going to take it from like the middle of each corresponding one. We're going to see how this works. And we may add like a little bit of a lower opacity to it. Okay, so something like this. Then we duplicate it, flip it vertically, attach it like this. Yeah, maybe. We're gonna see. We're gonna try it with just the gradient first, and we're gonna make this 60% opacity. tractor beam, save as tractor beam. All right. And yes, it's still going to come out of the top of this. That's fine. That's not the important thing right now. Ooh, nope. That looks awful. That looks absolutely awful. It's way too... Like, yes, it's doing the tractoring. Oh, wait, what if... Hang on, duh. Let's just make it an actual gradient. Let's just try that. Alright, so bring it back. Duh. Both too fast and too sudden. Agreed. So let's use a two-part... go a little bit more. Ugh. Will this actually... Will this work? I mean, I guess we're gonna find out. And let's go 70% opacity. Electric soldier porting on. Okay. Dang it, because it's going in the wrong direction. So all right, hold on. Let's flip this around. Like, actually flip this around the right way. So this should be negative. And this should be minus height, maybe? Something like that. Reload. Load file. Oh, wait. Oh, we're getting somewhere. Okay. So you see. This is closer to what I was looking for. It's closer. It's a little bit loud, maybe. A little flashy. Still fast, true. And to solve that, we can do frame num divided by 2 to have the speed of it, I think. Also, we need to bump this over by half a tile. Okay, let's try this. Here we go. Yes. And I'm either thinking wiggly or maybe just fade out gradient. Oh, that was the wrong way. Okay, the speed is much better. Wiggly and faded. Ooh. All right. So next problem we've got, do we want the dots? How would this look with the dots? Move 2 up, please, so the beam stops on the floor. That's the thing, is I can't stop it at the floor. It's going to travel through the floor because it does not interact with solids. Interesting, but not a fan. That extra little bit of wiggle is just not worth it, unfortunately. All right, so let's drop the dots. We spent a lot of time on the dots, but that was not worth it. Okay. Wiggly sides. Wiggly sides. This will be interesting. Yeah, it's a little bit much. It's that weird stitch, that weird seam that really annoys me, honestly. Yeah, dots are a no-go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, we're gonna try and zoom in here and make a wiggle. We're gonna make a wiggle. And then we're gonna try and clip around the wiggle. Flashing gradient. I mean, that's not to say that like the dots could be gradient colored. Let's go without the dots for now. All right, let's try and make a 12 pixel wiggle. All right, so we are doing like from here to here, kind of a little sine wave. Okay, so we can go a little bit more than that. It's not. Let's do 3, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. That's too deep of a curve there. Bring that down. Bring that down. That's more, and then it would kind of, you know. And then similarly on the other side, like so. And then merge those layers, fill in the gap, and there's the shape. There's the shape of our wave. So what we're gonna do now is try and figure out which way this is supposed to go. The dots were going the right direction, right? The dots were going the right direction. Which means I need to move up by 1 pixel every time I go down. So what I need to do then, this is gonna be awful. It's gonna be like that. Then duplicate it. Grab that top row, bring it to the bottom. Duplicate it. Grab that top row. Move it to the bottom. Duplicate it. Yes, there is a way to automate this, but it would take so much time to automate it that it's overall faster to just do it manually. The curse of automation is you have to know when to use it. Actually, there's one automation thing that has like always been that is paid off so much for me, and that is wait a second. How did this? Oh, there we go. Oh, because it. I'm sorry. How much more of this is there? Okay, not that much. The one thing that has always paid off for me is learning how to do extended find and replace in Notepad++. I'm gonna kind of scoot that one up so I can see what I'm doing down here at the bottom of the canvas. Go. Perfect. Okay. Group these, get rid of the dots. Duplicate, just so we got a backup of the file. Merge, select this. And then mask. Okay, so this is a crunchy edge. We're gonna see if this looks all right. Such an easy image mask. I mean, you're onto something there. All right, let's see how this looks. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. That looks all right. Hang on, that looks okay. It's pretty clear what's going on there. That's like, okay, that's a tractor beam. Yeah. Okay. Now here's the thing. It's having to draw... For a pig, we draw one image. We extract a specific tile, we draw it on the screen, and we're done. For the big UFO, we are now drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 images. Which is a lot. You know? Now we can reduce that. But then we have to really... If it's a performance issue, we can reduce it. If it's a performance issue. For the most part, that doesn't become an issue until you're drawing like 8,000 images per sprite. But speaking of, I don't think that 5 tiles is very useful on its own, so we're gonna try and go a little bit farther. Maybe 8 tiles. And I think this feels a little bit too opaque, right? Does this feel a little too opaque? Too heavy? I want to reduce the opacity a little bit here. Maybe down to 40% from 70. See if that looks a little bit better. See if I like it more. I was about to say something like a minute ago. Yeah, that's much better. And because the waviness is moving upward and the gradient is moving upward, you get a very clear indication that is an upward moving thing. You're not sure what, but it's definitely moving upward. Now, one thing is that I could do is I could make it. Oh, look at that overlapping. Ugh. I could make it so the bottom, like the bottom section of this, fades out instead of abruptly ending. Fans do abruptly end, but I don't know. The gradient makes me feel like this needs to be nicer. Especially with it like ending in solid. It's like, it's good to see like, okay, yes, it's just kind of, it's not being blocked by something, it's just tapering out on its own. So I think I am gonna do that. And the way we are going to do that is just double up the art and have a special tile here specifically for the end of each one. So I'm going to merge this group down. I'm going to go ahead and apply this layer mask. Okay. And what I'm going to do is... What am I going to do? Gradient. Black to white. can I get away with like using a layer as, hang on, let me make a new layer. Can I use a layer as a, I can create a clipping mask. Not quite. Not. Oh, it clips down to the below. All right, so what if I plop this down here and create this as a clipping mask? No. Okay, that's not it either. All right, well, let's just kind of hope for the best here. I'm going to create a mask. I'm going to go full opacity so I can see what I'm doing here. Multiply blending. That is kind of what I want to do, isn't it? The thing is that either way... Okay, yeah, let's try that. Let's see if I can get that to work the way I want it to. So I want to just say, hey, I have this layer here. I want to treat this... but it's going to apply to the entire image, isn't it? If I multiply that at this point, then everything below it is... dang it, that is not what I want. I just want to treat this... All right, hang on. Photoshop, CS2, use layer as mask, not a clipping mask. Let's see here. All right. Is this going to be... none of these articles are going to be about CS2, are they? Select a layer. Click Add Layer Mask. That doesn't really help me. Oh, wait. Can I do Add Layer... Oh, you know what I could do? I think... Is there a way to select... I can add a layer to... My goal here, just to make it clear, my goal is just to make sure that the masking I apply is uniform for each of the 12 segments. So I think what I could do is have a layer. Let's say this layer is just a big purple layer. Then I got a little mask on it. Hey, Popples. How's Akagare treating you? And then I can just do... Well, not exactly what I wanted to do. Just do... Except invert it. There we go. That's what I want my layer to look like. And now I can add layer mask to selection. And now I can move my layer selection up here, I think. And then I can add layer mask to selection again. It works. It's not perfect. 18 of 28, that's good progress, yeah. Man, Breath of the Wild was pretty good, wasn't it? Secret exit keys to go to Peace Wish Palaces, put an exit complete on your file until you did the third secret exit. It is an exit. I mean, coming from playing Mario like casually, like actual Mario games casually, not talking about like Maker and stuff. It's like the concept of exits is not something that you come across. All right. Does this work? Do I have all my selection? Nope, I need one more. Add layer mask to selection. Okay. And now, I'm gonna go over to this group right here and layer mask on it. There we go. That is a nice uniform gradient. Now I'm going to save the file. Whew, that was something. Now we're going to change our artwork to say it has 2 columns, because it does. And also, we're going to, instead of using 0, we're only going to use that if A equals 7, then 1 was 0. I think this will work to taper the end of it. Maker, in this economy, oh snail. All right, let's see how that looks. Do we get the fade out? Oh, we do. Look at that fade out. It's everything I wanted. Heck yes. Oh, that looks pretty cool, honestly. And you don't even need to use a winch on the top of this. Yes, big UFO. Big UFO that look cool. I'm kind of tempted to make this a 3-wide tractor beam. I don't think that would be bad, honestly. Okay, so now, here is the tricky thing. The tractor beam itself will not be a separate sprite. Instead, we're going to have it is sprite in tractor beam. I don't know if this is gonna work exactly, but we're gonna go for it. Let's see. Tractor tiles is 8 tiles of tractor beam. Let's see. And what we are going to do, in order for it to be considered in the tractor beam, the sprite's left side needs to be less than or equal to the tractor beam's right side. Which, for now, let's just say that is the whole UFO width. And let's say it has to be inclusive, not just touching the side. Should finish it tomorrow. That's... Gracie, do you need to go out? Gracie, you know that's gonna wake people up, right? Maybe we'll let Gracie wait a bit. Gracie's really totally what it is. And the sprite's right side needs to be greater than the UFO's left side. And the top of the sprite needs to be above the bottom of the tractor beam, which is this dot y bottom plus 12 times number of tractor tiles. Tractor beam tiles. And on top of all that, the sprite's bottom needs to be below the bottom of the UFO. Okay. There's a lot going on there. Okay, and now we have the ability to see, is the sprite in the tractor beam? Now, when we are doing apply gravity, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to calculate your current fall speed. This will be a little bit tricky. What happens if you are both in a fan gust and a tractor beam? That's gonna be something. What does happen? I'm gonna let the fan win in that case, I think. Let's see here. Let big UFOs equal this dot layer dot sprites dot find all of the big UFOs. This is going to be a list of big UFO objects. And for each one of those, all we got to do is say, hey, am I in the tractor beam? If so, don't look at any other UFOs because we only need to know about if we're in one. And take the target fall speed and invert it by -1. Let's see if this works. So we are just going to say invert gravity if you are under a UFO. And you know what else we could do? Hang on, I'm not gonna try this yet, but it would be really funny. Whoa! It works. A little bit too much. Whoa! You get some serious. It's very. All right, hang on. Let me pull this guy up a little bit. You can surf it. You can kind of surf that. Oh, you know what? No. The logic for UFOs is within the gravity function. So when you are calculating your personal gravity, this applies to anything that is affected by gravity, all we do is say, look at all big UFOs out there, and if you are in a tractor beam, invert your gravity and then fall out of that loop. Don't look at any other UFOs. We just want to find the first one that you're in the tractor beam of. All right, Gracie wants out. Oh, I really hope she doesn't wake anybody. I'll be right back. So, I had a stroke of genius there. Gracie is not a really big dog. She's squarely medium-sized. And, the problem is that she makes a big dog amount of noise when she runs to the back door. So as soon as we open the door to downstairs, right next to little Toadette's room, Gracie will sprint right through the hallway. Terrible. So at the bottom of the stairs, about to open the door, I was struck by inspiration. I opened the door, and then I just scooped Gracie up and carried her softly across the floor to the back door. She was confused, but ultimately okay with the situation. Yes, this little block of code just checks if we are in the beam. Oh, I should add that to my soundboard. That was a dumb TF2 sound clip thing. They added there was a custom-made map, a user-made map, that was a sort of deathmatch mode with a really roundabout plot, because the map has to have plot, apparently, that basically revolves around you're trying to get the objective into a UFO with a big tractor beam. But rather than actually get a line, like an announcer voice line, they just used they used a text-to-speech system to generate the announcement lines for their custom map. And so whenever your team is in the tractor beam scoring points, you just hear this, "We are in the beam." It's very good, very good. Okay, we need to update the size of the tractor beam. We are going to bump that up by 50%. Simply by moving... all right, we are going to merge this now, this group. We're finally going to apply the layer mask and like lock in our colors. And then I'm going to just pull that across. Boom, easy. Similarly, for our door stop, our little stopper version here. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, save that. Sure, you can reload, but we're not done yet. You big UFO. You now need an X offset of 0, because you now line up perfectly with the side. And now, the beam. Aggressive chiptune volume. All right. That looks all right. It works okay. We are in the beam. Yeah. Okay. Now, is there a way, what if, for instance, there it is. Okay, you can stack a one-ways on this guy. Yeah. Theron, hello. Okay. Now, for the dumb idea I had. See, that's all well and good, but now I have a dumb idea. Alright, so here is the dumb idea. we are gonna set a sprite property is in tractor beam, which normally is going to be false. Whenever you are applying gravity, we're going to start by setting it to false. And then we're going to switch to setting it to true at the normal time. So all this does is this is just setting one extra property to determine, hey, are we in a tractor beam right now? That's it. Okay? Seems simple. You know, what use could that be? What use could that be? I mean, we already know whether we're in a tractor beam right here, and we're using it right here. Dobbs, what could this possibly be useful for? Well, let's go over to our code for not sprites, but the actual game structure for level layer, where we are drawing sprites. When we are drawing sprites, we are doing a draw frame run here that gets the frame data. And it gets this is getting a single frame data. What we're gonna do we're gonna say if they do not, they cannot, they better not. If sprite dot is in tractor beam, all right, this is gonna be dumb, but trust me, you're gonna love it. Actually, this is probably too dumb. It is probably too dumb to allow to live. But I want to see. Does this do what I think this will do? All right. Here we go. Whee! Whoa. 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 All right. That is, in fact, dumb. VVV now. No, it will not actually count as standing on the ceiling. You are still in a falling state. Oh. Basically, there's a lot of code that is dependent on, like, whether you're on the ceiling or on the floor. If I could jump. Oh man, that'd be really cool. Oh, it'd be really hard. It would definitely push out big UFOs at least a couple versions. But ultimately, what good is having gravity flipping if we can't actually do gravity flipping? How does this look when they're overlaid? Whoops. Undo that. Whoa! Why did you nume? Why are you numing? Are you stuck in the floor here? Are you stacked? You're stacked on him. That's what it is, isn't it? Yeah, I stacked him on there. gravity flipping. Good. This poor pig. See, he's not on ground, so he can't turn around. Only a fan would be flipped. What would a fan look like if we visually flipped the frames on it? I do kind of wonder. Ugh. The frames are actually going in reverse. Oh no! What is happening here? How is this happening? Oh, ooh, okay, that's busted. That's busted hard. It happened to work all right for the pig and the player sprite, but when flipping horizontal and vertically flipping, yeah, it flips kind of the whole tile. It doesn't center it on the hitbox first. So that does not work super good. Also, I do notice that the gusts are actually being flipped as well. Even though they are technically still doing the same thing they have been doing, of pushing up. Like if you take this whole block here, yeah, the gusts are vertically flipped. However, that gradient looks kind of sick though. Now, it only affects things that are actually affected by gravity, for one thing. Yeah, we gotta take out the vertical flipping, at least for now. Actual gravity flipping, BBB style. Oh, jeez. It's not impossible. It just will suck to implement. It basically boils down to every bit of code where I'm checking, am I standing on the ground? Oh gosh, platforms would be awful. But how does this work? If I'm upside down, for one thing, all semi-solids break because they're all facing the wrong way. Like you won't get stopped on a semi-solid. How gravity flipping works in other games. How does gravity flipping work with, say, a platform? Like a platform with a very defined top here. The platform is basically a semi-solid. It does not have a solidity from the bottom. So if you are being tractor beamed up through this, you will pass right through it because there is no platform. Oh. Ooh. All right, first of all, reading assembly, ew. Secondly, typically speaking, in Super Mario World hacks, people are not like 100% saying, all right, this has to work with every single sprite out there. Like even within Super Mario World, the original game, like there's tons of bugs when you like start throwing enemies together because they weren't ever meant to work together. It's tricky. It's gonna be something I have to kind of like think about for a while on like how likely is it that we're gonna make that happen. Welcome to the soft lock box. Well, I guess if you've ever done any of those hacks that include gravity flipping Mario, do they respect platforms? I guess is the first thing. Oh, and then we'd have to handle like let's say we just say no platforms allowed. Platforms are special and different, and we don't have to worry about them. If we do that, what happens? Okay, hanging on tiles, weird. Climbing ladders, not super weird, I guess. Bouncing off of mushroom spring, how even? Bouncing off of enemies, that logic has to be changed. Because, like, how you're bouncing off of the bottom of an enemy, I guess? That does get a little bit weird. Though, especially for poor Dr. Snips, because Dr. Snips has pointy on the top. But if you jump on him from the bottom, that's got to be special case code that says he only hurts to jump on if you're not upside down. A lot of special cases arise if we do full on, yes, you can go fully upside down, jumping off of ceilings. I'm interested enough in researching the idea that I'm gonna take big UFO out of circulation. Where even is? All right, whatever. I'll find him. There he is. There we go. He's going back into the vault. It's definitely something to consider to see, like, could we do it? Because if so, gosh, that'd be awesome. Okay. It is up there with making dark levels as far as like this is something that requires so much other code to do that it becomes its own full multi-week-long project. But it's definitely possible. Jeez, it's possible. That's what bugs me. You totally could do it. Ugh. Dagnabbit, germ dove. You've done this. This is what you've done. 1.4 is still going to be a while anyway. I think I've settled on, like, I kind of do want to make this big new feature the 1.4 update along with all the other stuff I'm working on, which does include, like, the expanding the quest system. That's all. Like, I do want to, I think the motors. Wait a second. What would this do? what on earth would this even do? Oh, jeez. Okay, I should back up a little bit more. Now that's kind of cool. Well, now this is a boss fight right here. Oh my gosh. Actually, that's actually a really cool boss fight idea. Because, like, you can't stand on the... You can't really be 100% safe on the bottom. Guys are possibilities. Oh, now here's a difficult thing. This is a bit of an issue that always comes up. Anytime I want something to lift you up in somehow, I picked flying planes. No, they're super high tech. The issue is this. In depicted state. Wow. So the issue is that although I have affected your gravity here, although your gravity is flipped, you are still counted as riding this platform. And when you are riding on a platform, you stick to it until something manually tells the code you are no longer riding this platform. So anything that can affect your velocity upward, like jumping, usually has special code in it that says, oh, by the way, because you have manually chosen to jump, if you are on a platform, you are no longer listed as on that platform. And the whole reason behind that is because if a platform is falling and you're standing on it, you don't want, like, the platform falling to, like, fall away from you. And so if a platform is falling faster than you would normally be falling, you stick to it and get pulled down with it. And so I have to have other code specifically to say, oh, you chose to jump, therefore you are separated from your platform. Congratulations, you can now actually jump. But it means that in cases like this, you just kind of awkwardly get stuck to platforms. Yes, imagine, indeed. All right, well, this has been a delight. Little Toadette stayed asleep, guys. Incredible. All right. We can go hang out with... Oh, man. I've been trying to catch Scrap Metal, who I learned about through Dubu's channel, or maybe Cabs, I don't really remember, who's working on an NES-inspired RPG. So far our timing is not working out. I want to either, like, just watch him live or raid in. Oh, well. We can go hang out with Popples doing Akagare. Or go watch some League of Legends with Germdove's brother. We'll go watch Popples. So the 1.4 update, there is a big feature that I'm still a good ways off from completing. I want the update to be feature complete enough and big enough that it warrants having a full, like, update video for it. Like announcing the update and showing off all the cool stuff. Oh, a success. Love that. That's the plan, is that 1.4 will be... That's like my weird niche goal. Is 1.4 update has so much content that I actually need to make a full video showing it all off with snappy music and everything. So that's what I'm aiming for. ETA on that, I don't know. The flagship feature is big. Like, I'm gonna have to do new menus and new database tables and all this other stuff, so it's gonna be a bit. But it is actively being worked on. Alright, everyone, thanks for hanging out. This was fun. We had some really cool stuff come out of this, and some horrible new ideas. Aww. Bow's okay. It sucks that his internet keeps dropping. I'm not getting my precious owl time in. Alright, have a good night, guys. I'll see you over at Pop.